Here we go. Hey, you guys. Welcome to White Glove Trucking. My name is the Long Haul Truck Blogger, also known as the happiest, kindest truck on the road. Today, we are going to do a little bit of tax preparation. I'm doing this a little bit earlier than I normally would because I want you guys to have time to find the video, and then if you have questions, you can ask me about them. You can contact me in the comments. You can ask me about it, and I might can answer it. Um, my channel is small enough so I can help you guys if you have any questions with this stuff. All right, so what I want to do is do a little bit of tax prep. Now, this is important, you guys. This is equally important, if not more important, than actually doing your doggone taxes. Because if you do this step before your taxes are due, this is a time where you can actually make a difference in how much taxes you're going to pay when tax time comes around. So this is something that I do. I have this little spreadsheet. Now this is typically I I don't want to get too much in the weeds, but I have an S corp and I do my taxes. So I have a separate, my business and my personal taxes. And so this document is what I use to sort of do a little check sheet when I'm doing my S corp taxes. But I can kind of use it also to get an idea of what my income is going to be for the year. Um, and then that gives me a chance to make any other decisions or make any like tweaks to um, to better position myself during tax time. All right, so you just what a little bit of background, just real quick. I used to work for the IRS before I started trucking. I worked for actually before I started. Let me back up. So I worked for night transportation my first year and a half. And during that time, I started taking some accounting courses. And I um, got about halfway through the program and I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stop trucking. I'm going to go ahead and try to do this education thing full time. I'm going to finish this up a lot quicker than I could, just, if I kept driving. So I was like, I did an online course. And so I was like, I could do this anyway. I thought accounting was going to be boring. So I was like, let me do this somewhere fun. So I decided I was going to go to London to do the final sort of like 4 months of my online accounting course, right? So I left night transportation on March 5th, 2020, right? So y'all know what that date is, right? So, and I looked this up before this video, so it's kind of funny. So I left night on March 5th, right? And um, I got a flight back to Richmond, Virginia. So look, March 6th, COVID just starts going, man. It just starts ramping up. And then, so I had a week. I left night March 5th, and I was supposed to fly out to London on Friday, March 13th. So I had like a week in between to like get all my stuff ready or whatever. So during that week, man, stuff hit the fan. So March 11th declared a pandemic, right? And here we go. March 13th, the day I'm supposed to leave. Trump declares COVID-19 national emergency and then travel ban for like, so nobody could come into the US, right? So my parents, everybody was begging me, don't go to London. You can't go. The world is, all this is happening, whatever. But I said, look, I planned this. I'm going. So I got to the airport and the flight attendant was like, or the lady checking me in was like, you can't go. You can't leave. They're bringing everybody home. They're bringing all Americans home now. If you leave, you won't be able to come back for months. And I was just like, I'm going. So I got on that plane on Friday, March 13th, and I went to London. And I remember thinking, I got to London Saturday, and I thought, man, I should do something. I'm a little tired, I'm a little jet lagged. I should go out or whatever. I was like, I'll just go out next weekend. And everything shut down after that. Like that would have been, if I had gone out that Saturday, that would have been my last chance to do anything. And everything just shut down. But I was over there. I was able to focus on my accounting, and I finished my accounting certificate over there. And then I came back and I worked for the IRS for about 6 months before starting my trucking company. All right, so that's my little story. I just told y'all that just to have a little background on, a little credibility as to maybe, do this guy know what he's talking about this tax stuff? But anyway, so back to the sheet. Here we go. All right, now I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna go through this one by one, just and just kind of explain what's going on here. All right, so now look, we want to know what our income is going to be early in the year, early enough to make some changes, right? So this is how we do it. All right, so first thing I did, I went to my QuickBooks and I got my expenses up to this point right now. Now, like I said, I'm doing this a little early because I wanted you guys to be able to find the video and then use the video. So um, I took my expenses, which were up to right now about 93,000, and then I just added what it's going to be for the rest of the year. I just divided it by, um, I just divided it. Actually, shoot, you know what I did, man? I just realized something. I'm in October, right? I'm doing October 4th, and I divided it by 10. I should have divided it by 9. So let me see something here. Doing this real time, I guess. So it was 93, and that's divided by 9, which is only 10,000. So for another 3 months, that'll be another 30. Actually, that's even more than what I had. Okay. All right, so that's another 31,000. So I'm going to add this. I'm just going to put this right here to make it easy. 31,000, right? And we'll make this be 93,000. And then we will just make this equal this plus this. Okay. All right, so it changed a little bit, $4,000. Okay, now, so I went to QuickBooks. I got my total deductions, right? And then I added a little bit to make it for the full year. And here are my amounts, for repairs for the truck, added that in. For my advertising, I got some stuff on my trailer this year. I actually bought a new trailer. That's going to come up later, but I bought a new trailer this year. So I got advertising. These are all my expenses, taxes and fees. Okay, here's my per diem. This is actually my per diem from last year. I just left it here. I didn't calculate this. It's probably going to be close. I pretty much trucked the whole year with just a couple days a month at home. So as you can see, I'm actually filming from home right now. Okay, federal taxes. I don't know those yet, so I didn't add them. This is kind of an estimate. It's not going to be exactly right, but I'll get a general idea. So here we go. Depreciation, right? So now depreciation, right? So last year I bought a new truck. So I took a larger depreciation. So this year, this truck depreciation, what is left over divided by the next 4 years that I have it, it's going to be this amount. And then now I bought my trailer actually on January 5th, I believe it was. So my new trailer purchase is in this year, right? So now I can do one or two things. I can take a 5-year depreciation on the trailer, which would be 8,000 a year. Or for the first year, because of the bonus depreciation, I can go ahead and take 60% of that. So I'm going to do that. So we got 60% of the trailer, 24,000, plus 23,400 for the truck, and we got 47,400. Okay, now total deductions here, right? Minus my sales. So right now I'm at 154. I just kind of actually I might have did the same daggone thing by mistake for the sales too. Let me just make sure. So I'm at 154 divided by 9, not 10. Okay, 17. Okay, good. All right, so 17,100. So 154, 17,100 times 3 equals 51,000. So that's about right. Actually, it looks like I might be a little over. So I had it at 195, my estimate for what I'm going to make. because I thought I was going to slack off. Like I feel like I'm going to take a little bit of break toward the end of the year, but let's go ahead and make this 200 even. Okay. All right. So, man, I hope this is clear to you guys. I feel like I might be skipping over some stuff that needs clarification. If so, just put it in the comments, you guys. I can answer all the questions you need if you put it. I'll check the comments for this video to make sure nobody has any questions. All right. So my 200,000 I'm going to make gross, right? Minus my total deductions. We're sitting at $53,000 roughly, right? Now, I also get qualified business deduction of 20% because I have the separation of the company and the personal with the S corp, right? Actually, I think all of you guys will get that. That's even if you're a sole proprietor. I don't think you have to have it separate. So you when you do your taxes, everybody's going to get this qualified business deduction as long as you have business income. Now, last year I had negative income because of that big truck purchase. So last year I actually put this on here, and the IRS kicked it back. I forgot. I just didn't think that. Okay, you can't have a business income deduction if you don't have any business income, right? Um, so that's the way you can get that. Then, so 53,000 after the 20% takeaway for the qualified business deduction, it's left at 42,000 here. And then take of that per diem, right? That 24,000 per diem up here. Take that away. Now I'm down to 17,981. And then lastly, we got, and I looked this up before the video, standard deduction of 14,600. And now I am down to income, right, of $3,381. Okay, so that's about right where I like to be as close to zero as possible. All right, so I'm at 3381. Well, that's not true. If you're making tons of money, that would be the best thing, right? Then you wouldn't be close to zero. I mean, I'll take that $100,000 income if that means I'm making grossing $300,000. I'll take that. That'll be a nice problem to have. So I'm at 3381, right? So I can now do a couple of different things. So the first thing I want to do is think, all right, let me look at this. So we got tax brackets. So that 3,000, that's going to be taxed at it actually, I guess it's not even taxed at all, right? So 12% starts at 11,601. So that three up to 12 up to 11,601, there's no tax. Um yeah. Okay. So now at this point, this isn't taxed. So I think I'm good. This is my thinking. Now, I have not paid myself a salary this year. You know, you have to pay a reasonable salary if you also have, and now this applies if you have an S corp like me. You have to pay a reasonable salary. Now, because my income is only $3,400, I don't need to pay myself a salary. It's reasonable to not have a salary if this is all the income you have. Does that make sense? Now, for you guys that just do your taxes regular, sole proprietors, without the S corp, you won't be, this was not a consideration for you because you don't have to pay yourself a salary. All your money is all mixed together with your business. So anything you make will just look like, you know, income. All right. So yeah, I'm trying to think if I left anything out, you guys. Anyway, so this is basically just how I think the most important thing from this video to take away from this video is number one, be thinking about this stuff before the end of the year so you can make tweaks, you can make adjustments. If you guys want to use the spreadsheet, just contact me and I'll send it to you. yeah, I think this gives you an idea of how to think about doing a little pre-income check during the year to be able to adjust your income accordingly. Um, yeah, yeah, I think that's it. Well, you guys, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, like I said, put it in the comments or just email me, contact me. Well, happy trucking. It's the last quarter, and we just got one more to do, and that's it. All right, take care. Thanks for watching.